And the guy just fucking stomps right on my face.
What the hell is going on?
I broke a face bone.
Tiffany Stratton's body is falling apart after a road rage attack where a man literally stomped on her face, a knee injury, a near-death neck scare during training. Her injuries are stacking up and her career might never be the same. The attack that changed everything. Most wrestlers deal with injuries inside the ring. Tiffany Stratton, she got her face broken in a parking garage. This happened back during her NXT days, around 2021. Stratton was driving home after a show, pulled into her apartment complex, and cut off another car. Normal stuff, road stuff. But the other driver wasn't having it. They started yelling at her through the window. Now here's where Tiffany made a choice that would cost her. Instead of driving away, she pulled over. She got out of her car to confront this random dude.
Cut somebody off in my parking garage, and they were like yelling at me through their car. So I pulled over. This is where my big balls come into play.
They started talking trash, back and forth. Then the guy's girlfriend hopped out too, 2-on-1.
And they pull over, and a guy gets out of the car. So then I get out of the car, and we're talking shit. Then his girlfriend gets out of the car.
2-on-1.
Stratton pushed the girlfriend. The girlfriend pushed back. Then it turned into a full-on brawl. The girlfriend grabbed Tiffany's braid with her nails and yanked her down to the ground. And that's when the guy stepped in.
She takes her long-ass nails, digs them in my braid, and gets me down on the ground. And this is where it takes a turn, so...
While Tiffany was on the ground, helpless, this dude stomped directly on her face. She drove away in tears. Her face was broken, a broken facial bone around her left cheek. She had a literal footprint on her face. But here's the part that still affects her today. The stomp caused permanent nerve damage. To this day, she has no feeling in one of her teeth. That numbness will never go away. She missed several months of her NXT career because of this attack. Not a wrestling injury, not a training accident, a random parking garage brawl that she chose to engage in instead of driving away. She never filed a police report, never pressed charges, never identified the attackers. No medical records or police reports have been publicly released because Tiffany simply didn't pursue any legal action. The couple got away with it completely, probably never even knowing they'd just assaulted a future WWE Women's Champion. And this was just the beginning of Tiffany's physical problems. The night she almost broke her neck. Wrestlers put their bodies through absolute hell during training. They practice dangerous spots over and over until muscle memory kicks in. But sometimes, that practice goes horribly wrong. In December 2025, Tiffany posted an old video on TikTok that made fans lose their minds. The footage showed her rehearsing a ladder spot the night before a major WWE event. This was likely before the 2023 Stand and Deliver ladder match, back when she was still proving herself in NXT. She was supposed to fall off the ladder in a controlled way. Timing was everything. One wrong move and you could land on your head, compress your spine, and end your career in a single second. Tiffany mistimed it. She fell awkwardly off that ladder and narrowly avoided a serious neck injury. The video showed her landing in a position that could have paralyzed her. She captioned the post saying she almost broke her neck. The clip went viral immediately. Headlines everywhere screamed about how Tiffany Stratton nearly broke her neck. Fans watched it over and over, analyzing exactly how close she came to a life-threatening injury. This is the reality of professional wrestling that most people don't see. The night before the big show, these athletes are throwing their bodies around in empty arenas, hoping everything goes right when the lights come on. Tiffany got lucky that night. Her neck survived intact. She went on to perform the ladder match the next day without anyone in the audience knowing how close she came to disaster just hours earlier. The show must go on, even when your body is screaming at you to stop. But luck runs out eventually. Your body keeps a meticulous tally of every bump, every fall, every impact, every moment of trauma. And Tiffany's tally was adding up faster than someone her age should ever have to deal with. A broken face and permanent nerve damage from a street fight. A near-death experience on a training ladder. Her body was sending warning signs that she couldn't ignore forever. She ignored them anyway and kept pushing forward because that's what wrestlers do. She won the NXT Women's Championship and held it for 107 days with successful defenses against wrestlers like Thea Hale. She lost the title to Becky Lynch in September 2023, but kept climbing. She got called up to SmackDown in February 2024 and immediately started making waves on the main roster. She qualified for the Elimination Chamber. She competed at Backlash. Then came Money in the Bank 2024, where she won the women's briefcase and suddenly had a guaranteed championship opportunity whenever she wanted it. She competed at Survivor Series War Games. She was building momentum that seemed unstoppable. On January 3rd, 2025, she cashed in her Money in the Bank contract and won the WWE Women's Championship from Nia Jax. A dominant 302-day reign followed. feud, one of the longest in recent memory. She defended successfully against Bayley, against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 41, against Trish Stratus, and against Jade Cargill at SummerSlam 2025. She was on top of the world, the undisputed queen of SmackDown's women's division. But her body was waiting patiently to collect on all those debts she'd been accumulating. The knee that betrayed her. Everything changed when Jade Cargill turned on Tiffany Stratton in late 2025. Their storyline had Jade absolutely brutalizing Tiffany in the weeks leading up to their championship match. This wasn't just standard wrestling heel work. Jade targeted Tiffany's knee specifically and relentlessly, attacking it repeatedly in segment after segment, leaving Stratton visibly compromised before she even stepped into the ring for the title defense. At Crown Jewel on October 11th, 2025, things started falling apart. Tiffany lost the WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship to Stephanie Vaquer, her first major loss in months. The cracks were showing. The invincible champion was starting to look human. Then came Saturday night's main event on November 1st, 2025. Tiffany defended her WWE Women's Championship against Jade Cargill in what should have been another showcase for the dominant champion. Instead, the match lasted under 6 minutes. Tiffany's knee gave out on her completely, betraying her at the worst possible moment, and she lost the title she'd held for 302 days in humiliating fashion. Most fans watching at home thought this was just storyline stuff. Wrestling theatrics. Jade is playing the ruthless heel, Tiffany is selling the injury for dramatic effect to set up a future revenge angle. That's how wrestling works. You lose because of an injury angle, you come back for revenge, and you get your win back. But then Tiffany disappeared completely. She hasn't been on WWE television since that match. 2.5 months of absence as of late January 2026. No appearances, no matches, no backstage segments, just cryptic social media posts that gave fans nothing concrete to hold on to. At first, people thought it was a creative booking. Maybe WWE was keeping her off TV to build anticipation for a big return. Maybe they were letting the Jade Cargill reign breathe without immediately starting the rematch program. But Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter confirmed the truth. It's a legitimate injury, not storyline. Real. The nature hasn't been disclosed publicly, but contextual reports point to a knee issue directly connected to the Jade Cargill angle. The fictional assault may have caused real damage, or perhaps Tiffany was already nursing an injury that the storyline was designed to explain away. Think about what this woman's body has endured in just a few short years. A face stomp from a stranger that left her with a broken facial bone and permanent nerve damage she'll carry for life. A ladder fall that nearly snapped her neck and ended her career before it truly began. Now, a knee injury is severe enough to keep her off television for months during what should be the prime of her career. She's only 26 years old. She was born on May 1st, 1999. She should have at least another decade of high-level wrestling ahead of her, but her body is already breaking down like someone who's been doing this for 20 years. The scary part is how these injuries compound on each other over time. Every time you hurt yourself and come back, you're not coming back to 100%. You're coming back to 95%, then 90%, then 85%. The damage accumulates silently. The body remembers every single impact. Scar tissue builds up, joints wear down. The window for a full career gets shorter and shorter. Before WWE, Tiffany was a competitive trampoline gymnast. She was forced to retire from that sport in 2017 when she was just 18 years old because of an undiagnosed stress fracture in her foot. Her body has been failing her since before she ever put on wrestling boots. Reports suggest Tiffany might return at the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia as a surprise entrant. Fans are hoping for a revenge angle against Jade Cargill, a redemption arc, the triumphant return of the prettiest moonsault ever, her signature finishing move that showcases the gymnastics background that almost destroyed her body before wrestling could. But at what cost does that return come? Every time she does that moonsault, she's putting a lot of stress on a knee that's already injured. Every time she takes a bump, she's testing a neck that once came inches from snapping in half. Every time she steps in that ring, she's gambling with a body that's already been through more trauma than most wrestlers twice her age ever experience. Tiffany Stratton is one of WWE's biggest rising stars without question. A former NXT Women's Champion, a former WWE Women's Champion with a 302-day reign, the 2024 Women's Money in the Bank winner, ranked number 4 in PWE's Women's 250 for 2025. She has accomplished more in a few years than most wrestlers accomplish in entire careers, but the injuries keep piling up relentlessly. The absences keep getting longer and more concerning. The permanent damage keeps accumulating. And at some point, every wrestler has to ask themselves if the next bump will be the one they don't get up from. For Tiffany Stratton, that question is getting harder to ignore. What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching. If If you enjoyed this video, click on one of the suggested videos on your screen right now for more amazing content.